Hello, 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 everyone. It's been a minute. I came on a couple of weeks ago and said I will be coming back to YouTube to talk to you guys about the things that I left out. I haven't been on YouTube in over 15 years. That's because I was a little vexed about sharing some of the things that happened in my life. But then again, for 15 years, I prayed about it, and God had opened up some doors for me to talk about it. But what I talk about a lot is trauma that a lot of people are dealing with. I've scanned it, social media. I see a lot of the behavior, not judging anyone at all. I see a lot of the behavior of the women and men. And can't say it's out of character because I don't know them, but I know a lot of the things that I see mature women doing on these social media. It has got to be some trauma. I talk about trauma in the household, trauma from childhood, drugs, alcohol, things that I know have affected me in my life. And sexual abuse, because I myself, along with my sisters and brother, were sexually abused as children. We didn't know what that was. If you go back on my videos, I'll tell you about my history. Well, I'm going to give you a brief rundown. My mom died when I just turned 8 years old. Now, keep in mind, you all, this was in 1969, early 70. So things are much different. Things were much different then than it is now. We didn't know anything about talk shows, other traumas in other households. There were no one that we could tell this to. We couldn't go to our grandparents because some of them was the ones that was abusing us. We couldn't go to our parents because like I said, some of us did not have parents. Things that's out nowadays wasn't available to us. When you told your teachers, which I did, I even told police officers, and they send you right back to the same household that was abusing you, then what can you do? So you take the abuse and you deal with it. Well, I'm going to go back because I know right now to this day there are a lot of people. There are a lot of young people out there being abused by their parents and sisters and brothers and things, and everybody is turning a blind eye to it, telling people to get over it. Scared to tell and talk with police, scared to tell and talk with their friends. You got young kids out there being abused to this day. And I'm not only talking about sexual, I'm talking about mentally, emotionally abused, verbally abused. I see a lot of people that yell at their children and cussing them out. And you got young kids on these social platforms cussing and saying some harsh words. I mean, worse than a sailor. A sailor, no offense to you sailors, but I heard that you guys do a lot of cussing on that boat, or that ship rather. But anyway, let me put my glasses on. Anyway, I just want to come on here and I'm going to keep talking about this and keep talking about this. And this is what is going to be my ministry to help me heal. I am 64 years old and certain things still trigger me. Although I'm just not finding out that I haven't forgiven a lot of the people that have been my abusers. Quite a few of them are deceased. It's not up to me to make that decision, to see whether that was right or wrong or good or whatever the case may be. But I must tell you this. I received, you guys call it DM. I'm old school, you guys. I'm learning the technologies. But I received a DM from a cousin of mine, young cousin of mine, that I hardly ever known. We never had any communication. This was over 30-something years after my abuse. And she texts me on the DM. And she asked a series of questions. Did this happen to you? Did this happen to your brothers and sisters? And da, 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 da. This is what happened to us. And this is the reason why this happened. And nobody said anything. And she's married now. And she has, I think her children should be about teenagers now. And like I say, I've very known her because, you know, she's younger than my children. My children are all in their 40s now. And although my children know the history of what happened to me and my sisters and brother, you know, I was very protective of my own kids. They could not spend a night over nobody's house. The only people that could spend a night over my house was my little nieces and nephews, but that was in their same age when they were like 5, 6 years old, things like that. I always separated the boys from the girls, no matter what. I know people say that, oh, my child won't do this, my child won't do this. The other day, I made a comment on someone's page, a woman, I guess she's a content creator on the platforms, some of those platforms, and she mentioned that her 17-year-old daughter, 16-year-old son, 15-year-old son, and I think her youngest daughter is about 9, and then she has a son somewhere in it. She said they sleep in the same bed together. Well, I pondered on whether to say something or not, but I did. I said something. And what I said is, get those boys out of the bed with those girls. I said, because their hormones are racing at this point in their lives. You got them rubbing up against their sisters. Not that they are, you know, want to be petties or anything like that. But you got a 16, 17-year-old boy rubbing up against a 15-year-old girl, whether he's sexually active or not. He's going to feel something. And he's going to think it's okay. And although the mother says, not my children, yeah, it could be your children. I'm not saying it is, but it could be your children. So before I get started, because I know I only have a few more minutes, I'm going to have to break this up in several different parts. But get those boys out the bed with those girls and vice versa. Protect your children. You can feed them. You can clothe them. Give them a good place to stay. Give them food and shelter. Get them out of the bed. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But this is part 1 of a series. And I hope that by sharing my story with some of the new subscribers and the new people, that you guys take heed to what I'm about to tell you guys. And it's no way intended to hurt you or scare you, but just to make a parent conscious of what's going on out there.